Hello, mate.
You have been very busy, a very busy weekend. So Friday, Miss You came out.
It did.
Then you're on the X Factor finals over the weekend. All okay? Happy, nice to be back, was it?
Yeah. Always mixed emotions going to the X Factor, you know, super excited, but also it's nerve-wracking. You want to go and be a good advert for the show, really, you know what I mean? It started out there, so, but it was great. It's always a great experience.
And you felt like you were a good advert for the show?
I'd say so. I'd say, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Well, the song's doing very well. Let's play it now. This is Louis Tomlinson. The track is called Miss You.
Is it my imagination?
Music on Radio 1, that is Miss You, Louis Tomlinson, and he's joining me this afternoon.
Hello.
I want to get your immediate thoughts on maybe the video for Miss You, because one of my favourite things about your track with Bibi Rexha, Back to You, was that it was filmed at Doncaster Rovers ground.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts for this next video? Where do you go next?
So we've already done it in LA.
Oh, you filmed it already?
Yeah, and it was really good fun, really great day. We had a couple of my friends in it as well, and then a couple of lads got cast, like, you know, in my friendship group. I don't think they realised what they were getting in for. One of them seemed up for it, but because we're moving from bar to bar, I wanted to take my method acting quite seriously, obviously. So I had a bit of a drink during the day, but one of the lads didn't seem up for it.
Okay, so you were essentially drunk doing the new video.
I'd go as far as saying tipsy, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's
the
your
right
own
side of tipsy.
This is the thing, it's your own song, it's your own video. Do what you like.
I've never done that before, you know, and it was a good 2 days at work.
I was thinking that we need to sort of brainstorm a few ideas for future singles.
Okay.
So what I've come up with, in this handbag are some pop stars.
Right.
And in this hat are some locations in Doncaster.
Amazing. Okay.
So please take the handbag.
This is exciting.
So if you take a pop star from the handbag, and it'll give you a featuring artist. These are ideas for future collaborations as well.
This is very kind of you, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Right, okay, so the first one...
Who's that?
Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie. And French Gate Shopping Centre. Spent a lot of time there. Yeah, I can see that.
Is it nice? Is it a good...
Is it nice? I don't know if it's nice. It's fun. Yeah, it's certainly fun. Let's go one more, shall we?
Go on. I mean, I cut them all up myself, so there's plenty in there.
Yeah, okay. This is great, Doncaster.
I did a load of research about Doncaster.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, Beyonce. Now we're talking.
So it's Louis Tomlinson featuring Beyonce, video filmed where?
Oh, at Bawtry Paintball Field. She's going to love it. It's good fun, actually, there. Yeah, there's someone who dresses up as the Predator runs around. Maybe you could have a little cameo.
Is there?
There is, yeah. You don't mess with it. It's one of them things at school where people are like, you don't shoot the Predator, because last time someone cried their eyes out, you know what I mean? It's one of them.
Legendary.
Aye, okay, well
Have a look at some of those other places. I just want to get your take. No, don't worry about the pop stars, but I think the places of interest in Doncaster.
The sound, yeah, this really sums Donny up, doesn't it? The Vulcan Bomber experience, okay.
So that's my favourite.
Right.
That's where I would have taken Beyonce.
Right, okay.
I imagine Beyonce would look great draped over the front of a Vulcan bomber.
It's quite good for tourism, actually, Donny, isn't it? Looking at this.
To be honest with you, Louis, I think you're quite great for the tourism industry.
Do you think? I try and do me bit, you know what I mean?
I think you've given it quite a lot of exposure.
You have missed out the Dome on it, which is actually the only two-floored ice skating rink in Europe, actually. So I'm a little bit offended as a lad from Donny. You've not done all your research, Greg.
Interesting. Are you being paid by the tourist board?
I'm not. But I do follow the council on Twitter.
I think you should be the mayor. Did you ever think about being the mayor of Donny maybe one day?
Right. No, I've never really thought about that. But maybe. I think the modern world is proving anything is possible. So maybe.
Louis Tomlinson is here, and we're going to be playing Wrong 'Uns next, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's do it.
There's my special guest this afternoon, and we're going to do a game of Wrong 'Uns. Now, I don't expect you to have heard this. You're very busy. You're always jetting off all over the place. Wrong 'Uns is a very simple game. It's actually quite difficult to play. The idea is to give me as many wrong answers as possible in 60 seconds. But it has to be sort of related to the question. So you can't just say random words, if you know what I mean.
Right,
So if I say, what's my name, you couldn't say green.
But I could say Grimmy. Yeah.
You could say Grimmy.
Okay.
So I've got a load of questions. The score to beat is currently 20, and that was set by the pop star Lorde. Now, she is incredible at this game.
That sounds like a lot. 20, what, in 60 seconds?
Yeah.
And what, loosely related? We're talking
loosely related.
All right.
Yeah. And I think you'll be really good at it. So just clear your mind. What we need is just nonsense answers.
Okay.
We need them to just be the first thing that comes into your head. I must remind you, No passes, no repetitions, and Louis, I know what you're like, potty mouth, no swearing.
Yeah, I'll try. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. I'm ready.
60 seconds on the clock. I think we're ready to play Wrong Uns. What is your name?
David.
What band were you in?
The Wanted.
What does the BBC stand for?
Big... Billy, I'm thinking wrong.
Who comes down the chimney at Christmas?
Easter Bunny.
Name the members of One Direction.
Neil, Lame, Harry, and I've got all of them there.
What is my name?
Your name is Grimmy.
What rhymes with Louis?
What rhymes with Louis? John.
What's the capital of England?
Manchester.
What is Paddington Bear?
A dog.
What Makes You Beautiful is a song by which band?
The Beatles.
Who's the president of the USA?
Hillary Clinton.
How old are you?
I am 26.
What colour is an orange?
Red.
Who is the Queen?
The King.
Which royals got engaged last week?
None of them.
Who's the Prime Minister?
Tony Blair.
And Simon Cowell is a judge on what TV programme?
The Voice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I felt all right. It's quick fire.
I feel like you did really well there. Grace should be furiously writing them down over there. Very, very quick, wasn't it?
I dawdled on the One Direction question, funnily enough.
Yeah, I mean, there were some great names. You said Neil and Lane.
I was trying to make them like work, you know what I mean, relate, but it was tough.
And Harry.
Harry, yeah.
Well, what were some of your favourite answers there, Grace?
Which band are you from? The Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Great.
pained me to say that. Yeah.
Capital of England, Manchester. What Makes You Beautiful is by the Beatles, apparently.
They'd be proud of that one.
And and judge on the Simon Cowell being a judge on The Voice.
Okay. Which means that Louis Tomlinson scored in 60 seconds on Wrong Uns a total of
17.
Oh, okay.
That's not embarrassing.
No, it's decent.
That's not embarrassing at all. We've had far worse. Okay, pretty good.
It's harder than it sounds, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah, when you get in the hot seat.
Because you start sweating, you start thinking, don't say a swear word.
That was on my brain a lot, yeah.
Okay. 16 in 60 seconds, which does mean technically you are a wrong 'un, which is good.
Nice.
And we're going to play a song, and we'll be straight back with Louis Tomlinson. Special guest this afternoon. And Louis, we've done Wrong Uns. I want to introduce you to, first of all, Chris Smith with the news, who is a Radio 1.
Mate.
Hello.
He's an icon, Radio 1 icon.
Thanks very much.
And I want to introduce you to Shouldn't Be News, which is something that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks or so. It's those things that you really should know, but you don't know. And people confess to shouldn't be news. In the past, Chris, we've had things like someone saying that they thought that cats were female dogs.
That's right.
Up until they're about 20.
I think my favourite was the person that thought that the moon was the back of the sun, so it just like flipped over at night time.
Yeah, it's insane. You want to spend a day with that guy and see what he's really like, you know what I mean?
We just have had hundreds of these in because I feel like it's people who just want to go, do you know what? I have been stupid in the past and I want to confess and I want to move on with my life. So let's do Shouldn't Be News with Louis Tomlinson.
Hitting that falsetto there.
That was lovely,
Showing
actually.
off.
Beautiful.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Francis from Stoke says, I thought coconuts were small animals until I was 15. My dad used to take me to the shop so I could stroke the coconuts. He had to pick me up because they were on the top shelf. I had to be very quiet in case I woke them up because I thought they were sleeping. He stopped picking me up when I turned 13 and I could reach them myself. Breaking news.
Coconuts aren't pets.
Shouldn't be news. Ali from London next, who says, until last week I thought that an AM radio only worked in the morning.
Oh, that's good.
This just in, you can listen to AM radio, if you've got a really old radio, any time of the day you like.
Shouldn't be news. Georgia in Middlesbrough writes, it took me 16 years to realise scarecrows are called scarecrows because they actually scare crows away.
Breaking news. Scarecrows do exactly what they say on the tin.
Elizabeth says, up until recently, I thought Anon was a Welsh name.
This just in, Anon is short for anonymous.
Shouldn't be news. Breaking news, I have just discovered, says Beth in Hampshire, in my 30s, that the FTSE 100 is nothing to do with football. Who knew?
Headlines today, playing footsie is nothing to do with football.
Shouldn't be news! Up until 1 month ago, this is from an anonymous person, or anon.
Nice.
Up until 1 month ago, I genuinely didn't get a receipt from a cash point ever in my life, because when it said, do you want an advice note, I assumed an advice note gave actual life advice, like save the pennies and the pounds will save themselves. I'm 23. This is a huge revelation.
Breaking news, it's a cash machine, it's not your mum.
Yes. And finally, from Rob in Preston, my sister Alicia used to think that injury time was when all the injured players came back on. She thought it was really unfair if one team didn't have any injured players.
And in sports headlines, injury time is to make up for time lost during injuries, not just for people to limp about.
And that was Shouldn't Be News. Oh my God. We're doomed, aren't we, Louis?
Oh, God, that
we
was
are
funny.
doomed.
That is funny.
Thank you for doing Shouldn't Be News today.
Oh, it was fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris Smith, with the news.
Always a pleasure.
And Louis, thanks for being on the show today.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Nice to see you again.
And I suppose we can say, have a Merry Christmas?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. And you,
Merry
lad.
Christmas to you.
Thank you. And you.
We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Cheers, lad.
Louis, how are you then?
Hello. Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very, very good.
Good.
You have had a busy year, haven't you? Look back on this year.
Yeah. It's been very busy. A lot's been happening. So it's been lovely. It's been lovely. Been very hectic. But as it always is, I suppose.
Let me catch up on a few things since we last spoke. Obviously, incredible success with Back to You. So huge congrats with that. You must have been delighted.
Yeah, it was great. It was really well received, and the performances we did actually was really exciting too. So it was good.
Yeah, very good. And an MTV award win as well for an EMA win.
I'm buzzing about that. I mean, again, the category and the people who were nominated as well as me, great category, really strong. So I'm just forever thankful for the fans. It just shows that with the people we're up against, we won it as a collective, as we always do. So I'm buzzing.
Yeah, did the other boys reach out to you and congratulate you from the band, or?
Yeah, with little things like that, you know what I mean? We're not on and off phone to each other, but we always send each other a text, just like, well done, other day with that kind. But, I think this time of year is more difficult than any because we're all proper busy this last quarter, it is.
Yeah, you've been busy as well performing for Royalty.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, that sounds good when you say it like that. Wicked,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. At the Royal Variety Performance 2017, I mean, that is still a big, prestigious show to be part of, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's a real honour to be asked to play that event. Yeah, 100%.
Did you enjoy it?
I tell you what, it's actually, for me as a performer, it's a difficult thing to fully enjoy. Only because it's a slightly different audience. There's a lot of suits and not a lot of dancers. So let's put it like that. But also, because it's such an honour, there really is pressure, and you feel that as an artist. I think you really want to deliver. And and almost do right by your country, kind of thing, So there's a bit of that involved, but after the performance, I really enjoyed it, and I think I did a good job, so that's good.
Fantastic. So is it Sir Louis yet, or do I just call you Louis?
No, not quite yet. Maybe next year. Yeah. Put it on my to-do list.
Did you do the lineup at the end? I've got one final question. Did you do the lineup yesterday and shake the hands of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge?
I did, and actually, it was one of those where, well, for a start, it didn't go to plan, right? So basically, don't forget, it's the first time I've done something as prestigious as this, I suppose, on my own.
Yeah.
But I've got a live band, which is lovely. So I did my performance, we did our performance together, and then at the end there's like this little group ensemble number. I'm not going to lie, even in One Direction days, I was always a bit unsure about it. It's one of them where, half people absolutely love it, and half people just stood there looking a bit awkward. I would have been an awkward few. But anyway, I said, look, the band's going to have to come on with me, and they weren't really too sure about it, so I said, look lads, we're just going to have to just bolt on here, just keep our heads down. Anyway, we ended up missing our cue to go on at the end. I was like, this is a car crash. So we had to just slip on last minute as the curtain was lowering just before the Royals come on, but luckily we made it in time, and I got the band to meet them as well, which was helped me, and they loved it as well, so that was nice.
Oh, it all worked out in the end though. That was close though.
Yeah, it was. It certainly was actually. Yeah, I thought it was going to be so much trouble if I missed this. Jesus.
Can I just check? We've got this big royal news today. Prince Harry is getting married. Very exciting news. Did his brother at all ask you, you're available to perform next year at the wedding? And did that deal go down?
I mean, I was shocked, but I didn't actually get that call. No, I was snubbed. Yeah.
And the new single, we get a brand new record, new song, Louis, to end the year. This is Miss You. And different vibe though to the last single, but I like where you're going with this. Tell me more.
Yeah, this is my vibe. This is where I want it to be. The sound, and that's why I've spoke about in the past. Why it's lovely to be able to do collaborations because you can kind of go outside of your genre a little bit. And I feel like I did that with Steve, and I did that with BB a little bit. But for me, like from a production point of view, sonically, the way this sounds, it's so much more me. And lyrically, I think we really nailed it too. So I'm really proud of this because this is who I am as an artist, really. So I'm happy.
Because it's obvious that you've always been, a big Oasis fan, Arctic Monkeys fan.
Yeah. Green Day, a bit of that in there, yeah. So I really wanted to get those influences off, and music moves in cycles, obviously. But one thing that there's a hell of a lot of electronic on the radio at the moment, and I realised I was contributing to that, and that's cool. But I missed guitars and dominating guitars really across the records. So really been pushing that in the album, and obviously you can hear that in this song.
Absolutely. And lyrically, a lot of us can relate to what you're saying. Is this a personal story? Is this your story? Or is this like a universal story?
Yeah, I mean, in the album in general, I wanted to be really honest. And I did want it to be a little bit autobiographical, to be honest. But of course, you still want to make it relatable to people. So I mean, this really was my situation for, the last couple of years or so, and getting to that kind of crossroads of being surrounded by amazing, exciting stuff, but kind of being in the moment and being like, wait, actually, maybe I miss you, maybe I need to do something about it. So, it's about that.
Because you've been very honest talking about life in the band in those days, where there were times, I guess, where it was so easy to go down that route. Your schedule was crazy, life is crazy, you're on the road constantly. Maybe this year you get that chance to have a bit more reflection.
Yeah, definitely. I think, naturally, and being in a band and as an artist as big as One Direction, where there is a lot of going through the motions. And listen, I had the best time of my life. It was an incredible time. But it was more of a personal thing, really, for me. It was more, there was those years, especially like the last year of One Direction, where I just was kind of going out all the time. And it wasn't, I mean, I like a night out, but not every night, Louis, you know what I mean? It was one of them. So, yeah, I feel like why I love music and why this whole experience has been good for me is it gives you opportunity to look back and reflect on that time and go, do you know what, actually I've got a lot of material to write about here, and some of this stuff maybe is interesting. So I've really enjoyed that process and kind of formulating all my thoughts like that.
On that theme and on that subject and on that note, Louis, do you now, because it is a sign, I believe, obviously, of getting a bit older, do you like now having a night in, having a calm night in, where you have nothing to do but put the TV on?
Oh, God, I don't really want to admit this, but yeah, love it. Night in with dogs, happy days, Get a curry, watch something like Downton Abbey. No, I'm joking, I can't begin to watch that shit. I'm a celeb though, I've been watching that.
Are you enjoying that?
Yeah. Like, Amir Khan's funny and he ain't got a clue, bless him, but I think he's harmless. He's really funny.
Could you cope with those sort of tasks in there, or?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm not trying to give it the big one, but that first task that they did when they were like kind of shimmying the way down some pole dead eye up, I like cope like that. I'd be up for that. I mean, eating pigs' bollocks or pig's balls, whatever I'm allowed to say, I'm not sure that's my bag. I'll leave that to Amir.
Yeah. He's doing it. Yeah, it's quite incredible TV. But obviously, X Factor, you know that world very well, and you're going to go back on the show, the final, and perform this new song. Yeah,
I'm really. As I've said before, it's mixed emotions going back to X Factor because, again, you've got a certain sense of responsibility and you want to deliver and you want to be great. But I am really, really excited about this song in particular and doing that on the X Factor. And the creative, hopefully, is going to be exciting. So, yeah, I feel good about it, actually.
I know last time you gave me a bit of a percentage on the album completion. Are we at 75%? Where are we at with that?
I tell you what, I'd say we're at like 90 now.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we finished writing and it's just finalising everything now. There's still little bits of vocals to pick up here and there, and then now we've got to take the production to the next 10-20% and fix that. But in terms of writing, maybe 100% done actually.
So are we thinking definitely spring, summer next year, or do you know any plans on release date?
Spring sounds like a good general time. I think spring.
Okay.
And I just, you know, I'm desperate to have it out now. I've written so many songs for this record and gone through so many different sounds and styles and stuff that I feel like I've now grasped where I want to be, and I just want to bring it out tomorrow, really, but it don't really work like that.
I know you do. I know you're like, it's to get out there, because you're listening to this stuff, I'm sure, all the time. And
Exactly, yeah.
we better play the brand new song now. We better play Miss You, which is out now. So, you know, you're good at this. Would you know, do the honours? Go on.
I'd love to.
Go on, yeah, you're good.
I'm Louis Tomlinson, and here's my new single, Miss You. Oh, lovely to speak to you, lad. I hope you're well. Have a good evening. Christmas, if I don't see you before then, all that.
Yeah, hopefully see you in person soon, all right, Louis? That'd be great, actually.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
wicked. All right then, mate. Take care.